Hi, wrestling fans. This is Mad Matt Carter. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. Remember, it's very important that you like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you like these videos. It really helps out the channel, and we appreciate your support. Thanks a lot.
The only thing, though, is it is I mean, it's not standard
Tradition.
or anything, but it's a pretty big tradition for people to lose their retirement match.
Go out on your back.
If you win, it's like, well, why are you retiring?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, it's also passing the torch.
right.
Brian
So it
knows all
depends
about-
on who you go out
Brian
to.
knows all about losing his retirement match. Sorry.
Well, it's a respect thing.
It is.
He done it, and he passed the torch on to the next logical successor.
Right. Yeah, that's the reason to do it.
Here's the thing. I get what y'all are saying and agree with it 100%. However, the circumstances are different in AEW, and I'll tell you why. Because the Young Bucks are not just anybody. They're EVPs, and their gimmick now is there's these prickish authority figures who take advantage of people and screw them over. And there's a perception out there because of podcasts and stuff like this that they are the original con men. They're Con and Tony Khan out of a lot of cons, right? Conning them out of 7 figures a year to literally do nothing. Yeah, they each make 7 figures a year. And so they got him over a barrel. They're getting all this money out of him for basically doing nothing. And then they insert themselves in the main event after the event has already sold over 10,000 tickets, mind you. Remember, they hadn't even announced opponents till just a short while ago.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you who the opponents were, and then
they just announced it. We're here in the last couple of weeks.
But what other?
Feels like
in all honesty, what other tag team would do it?
Fucking FTR.
Oh yeah, because they're in fucking Greensboro.
Yeah, they're the Carolina boys. That should be the match.
You're right. And I had forgotten that because we don't, I had forgotten that Jesus.
Yeah, and so I think the perception is there with wrestling fans, like if it was anybody else, if it was FTR and Sting lost, no problem. But because it's the Young Bucks and because it's known what position they hold at the top of the company, and they're perceived as putting themselves over at the expense of Sting, does that then turn against them going away from that because their attendance numbers are so low at all their other shows? We're talking 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people max they're drawing now. Their television ratings have kind of leveled out around 800,000 for Dynamite every week. Collision's a fucking disaster. It's like 200,000.
I don't like to shit on AEW either because I do enjoy some of their wrestlers. But you just said they were watched by 800,000 people, whereas that WWE video got 6,000 dislikes.
600,000.
Put that into perspective.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like number-wise. Like, what I'm saying is, like, how much bigger and how little they're actually getting compared to that. Like, if you think about those two things together, that there are 600,000 people that just that just went to a YouTube video and disliked it versus how many people are actually watching the live event of AEW on television.
Yeah, just 200,000 more.
That tells you a lot.
It does. Like, because I know you're a numbers man and stuff, but when you think about those two things in perspective, that makes AEW look real bad.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's kind of apples and oranges to me because linear television and social media and anything internet to me is like, you have to, it's like the metric system against, American standard, right? It's two different.
Customary.
Yeah. Or Fahrenheit and Celsius, right? And so the different degrees mean different things, but you're right. I mean, the WWE audience is a lot bigger right now. And I want to emphasize this again. When we point stuff like this about AEW, we're talking about it because it's interesting, but nobody in this room right now talking to you wants to see AEW fail. None of us do.
And I've said this in the past, the more legitimate wrestling shows there are out there on TV trickles down and makes indie wrestling better.
Yes.